is up, my friends? How are you doing today? I hope wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, I hope you're doing amazing at it. I hope life is treating you good. I hope you're being blessed, you and your family, everything you've got going on. I hope it's fantastic for you. Thanks for stopping in and spending a little bit of your time today with me talking about some movies. Today, guys, we're talking about a movie from 2003 called Deep Shock. Before we get into how bad this pile of monkey manure is, hit that like and subscribe button, guys. This is directed by Phillip J. Roth, okay? I don't know what this guy's directed, but he shouldn't be allowed to direct anything else, especially after this. I mean, this came out 2003, that's 22 years ago. It has not aged well, and I'm assuming for the time that it was made, it was still a piece of trash. This stars David Keith, not Keith David. Sometimes you might get it switched around. Keith David's the good one. David Keith is not. One of them's a gentlemanly, older African-American fellow, and David Keith's a basic white dude. So, you know, there's not a whole lot of relation other than if you're dyslexic, you might switch the name up. But, guys, this was not good. This is basically a story about submarine... it's another like lost submarine. They find out something's been, harming their stuff, and they go down and they go down in the ocean. There's like a rescue mission type thing, and there's oh no, there's in the Arctic, they're in the polar ice caps, but it's starting to, whatever's down there is starting to heat it up, and it's threatening to flood the world. And then it winds up being a CGI eel. And the CGI is so bad, guys. It looks like if you were watching it, like it was a stage play, it would be a vacuum hose with googly eyes glued to it and some fins on the side of its head. It looked atrocious. It did not age well. And like I said earlier, even for the time, it probably still looked like a piece of trash. So this movie has no notable stars other than David Keith, and David Keith he's like one of those B-rate stars. I say B-rate as in he ain't in nothing, but he's always in everything, and then you see him and you're like, what's that guy's name? Oh yeah, he's in that. I've seen him in a bunch of stuff, but I don't know who he is. He's never won nothing. He's never been nothing, because he can be nothing, because he doesn't have the talent to carry anything. And this film shows it. Most good actors, they can make lemonade out of lemons. They can at least give their own good performance kind of thing. This guy, he was just reading the script, and he was reading the script verbatim. He wasn't even reading the script for like improvising, trying to add flair to it, trying to add emotion. He was like, blah, 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 because that's what he sounded like to me. And he also looked like that weird alien Muppet from Sesame Street, like blah, 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 blah. And it's like the sock, but it's fuzzy. Everything in this film looked terrible, from the set design to the costumes to the horrible, absolutely horrible CGI. This film was, there's no other way to describe it other than a steaming pile of monkey crap. It was terrible. It wasn't worth my time. The funny thing is, I put this on around midnight. Right, I'm going to bed. I just got done playing a little Doom. I was like, yeah, let's, shooting demons. Let's switch it over to something. I like aquatic horror, guys. I love, if you've seen any of my other reviews, you know that I kind of have a thing for aquatic horror. I like Underwater, Leviathan, The Abyss. I mean, all those kind of, underwater horror movies. And I saw this and I thought, oh, that sounds really cool, really interesting. And then I saw the star rating and I was like, maybe not. And then I just put it on for myself, and I said, let me just check this out. And it's good to go to sleep on. If it sucks, I'll just close my eyes and listen to the absurdity and go to bed. And the first time I saw one of those eels that looked like somebody took an old 1970s, one of those ribbed vacuum cleaner hoses that had like the metal ribs in the center, and then they glued googly eyes on it, and then just made it move like terrible CGI. It looked like a video game cutscene from the PlayStation 1. It was awful. And I thought to myself, who invests money in these films? Who does that? Who says yes? You know what? The director, the writer, whoever it is, they go to a producer and they say, hey man, I got this idea for a film. Here's the script. Check it out. You may want to put a little money into it. You might, get yourself a producer credit. Make your money back. Who looks at that and says, man, that's a cool story. I want a piece of this action. Let me put some money in your pocket to make your dream, buddy. Let me put some money in your pocket to make both of our dreams come true. Who read that script and thought to themselves, this is going to be just a blockbuster? They said, oh, Sci-Fi Channel picked it up. Yeah, that's going to be good. Money, you know, from advertising, whatever it may be. This I could see somebody seeing that, but then at the same time, when you're watching it, I wonder if after they watched this film, they said, oh God, what did I put my money into? What kind of black hole did I just throw away money into? Because this is one of those types of films. It's not going to have a cult following later in life. It's super forgettable. It's not worth the digital celluloid film, 35 millimeter, 8 mil, whatever it was filmed on. It wasn't worth the price you paid to film it on it. It was that bad. This movie gets 2 thumbs down. One of the worst Sci-Fi Channel original films. I don't even know if it was on Sci-Fi Channel. It probably was, seeing as how it was David Keith. But I didn't bother to look it up because it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth my energy. It really wasn't even worth my energy to make this review on it. But I wanted to warn you, my friends, to stay far away from Deep Shock. If you see it while you're searching through your streamers on Prime or Tubi, because that's where it's streaming at, if you find it on there and you say, oh man, it looks cool, that box art looks sweet, let's just throw it on. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you're gonna waste your time, waste it on something productive. Waste it on your hobby, not on this piece of garbage. That's all I got to say about Deep Shock, guys. I give it 2 thumbs down. If you really want to check it out, it's on Prime, it's on Tubi. Help yourself. If you've seen it, you liked it, let me know in the comments. If you've seen it and you feel like I do, let me know in the comments, guys. Thanks for stopping in. Hit that like and subscribe button on the way out. And as always, I am going to keep making them as long as you keep watching them. Peace out. God bless you, my friends, and I will see you next time.